vote Labour for a nigger neighbour. I remember that. That was a slogan. Do you remember that slogan? Vote Labour for a nigger neighbour. You remember that one? That was a slogan. Yeah, I heard that. Because white people hate black people, really, you know? You don't, you tell the truth, come on, big man. You hate black people, tell the truth. And it says here, Nimona, wench, see coming. Art thou better than the populace? So they're saying to America, art thou better than everybody else? Well, she's more stout. The Bible says she's more stout. Where are you from? What country?
I was born in South Africa.
South Africa?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your father? What's your father?
He was Chinese and my mother Mauritian.
Oh, Chinese. So, I can see what's happening in the South China Sea. Keep up with what's happening in China. Because China now, they're saying that China is going to be the next ruling empire.
I have sort of seen that in the
They're having
news.
problems with China now because China is taking over the world. You know, America's took over the whole world. They've got garrisons in every country. Not a garrison, an embassy. They've got America's got embassy in the majority of the countries.
Right.
And China now is doing the same thing. They've touched down in Africa. They've touched down in all these other.
So what do you think? That's a bad thing?
Well, it's not really a bad thing, but it is a bad thing in a way. It's about to go both ways. Because at the end of the day, this planet was made to be ruled by a specific people,
Who?
the Israelites.
Well, then you're saying that we should listen to just one type of person.
No,
Yeah.
we believe in God.
Well, yeah.
He said that with a bit of, I don't know.
Well,
Do you believe in, what about the Bible?
I've been raised to.
How about the Bible? Do you believe in the Bible?
I
White
get
people,
certain
Europeans,
parts.
usually white people don't. You know, like Europeans, they don't. They don't believe in the Bible.
Right.
Right? But I just asked the white person who walked past, who believes it now, I don't believe it. They don't usually believe it.
But maybe they don't give it enough thought.
No, they wasn't made that way. You've got to realise God made all specific nations. He said 18 nations. That's why you don't look like me. I've got melanin in my flesh. Chinese don't look like English people.
Yeah.
Right, so God made 18 nations, but he picked one nation out of all those nations, the blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians. The ones that went into cargo slavery. The ones that are walking around don't know who they are, call themselves black people. There's nothing black about me, sweetheart. I'm brown. Do you understand?
Yeah, I know.
They've done a number on us.
I
They
know
call
where you're
themselves
coming
right.
from.
They call themselves white people.
I really gotta go.
But there's
And
nothing white about
I
them.
don't want to
They're
be
red.
rude to
Okay,
you.
it's all right.
Okay?
Yeah.
You
Well-
should come during the day if you can.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot more people going.
Right, so I was here. What it is, it doesn't matter when I come. I could come
Alright.
out here. I work for the one they call God.
Right.
Yeah, I work for him.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter where I go. I could come out here and no one's here.
Well, take
I've got a
care.
camera there. Stop going, oh, you take care, sweetheart.
Alright, bye-bye.
Yeah,
Nice
you-
talking to
You
you.
take care, yeah? I've got one thing to say to you. Are you stocking up on your food?
Yeah.
You are stocking up.
No, I'm not actually. I'm just buying when I need it.
I'm going to give you good advice now. Stock up. Look what happened when Rona first come. You know when the Rona first come, people was fighting in the stores.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a good advice.
Okay.
Get there first. Before now. Start stocking up now. Because by the same by Christmas, these shops are going to be depleted.
Okay.
So
then.
you're going to be fighting. Don't be fighting. Stock up now. Pasta, rice, tin food. Yeah? Right, let's go back into the Bible. And it says, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all that thy look upon shall flee from thee. I've read that in Nineveh, right? And it says, art thou better populous? No. And that was situated among the rivers that had the waters around about it, whose rampart was the sea, and her wall was from the sea. Ethiopia and Egypt were her strength. Right, why is he saying that? Ethiopia and Egypt, because these two nations, they were strong against the Israelites. Yeah? the Ethiopian, the Babylonian Empire, and the Egyptian Empire. So America now is mimicking these two nations. The Babylonian, what do they worship in England and in America? Christmas. That's a Babylonian custom. The evergreen tree. Why do they put it in their house? Because that's a custom of Nimrod, of Semiramis and Tammuz. Okay? It goes back to Nimrodic worship. Christmas is the worship of Nimrod, the birthday of Nimrod. Okay? So it's saying Ethiopia and Egypt is where they had Moses, and the Israelites, they had us in slavery in Egypt. So that's why he's saying these are strength. America's mimicking, done the same thing as Babylon and Egypt. They've got the Israelites in slavery. They built their society off of 400 to 500 years of free labor. Okay? Now this is what he's saying. And it was infinite. Put and Laban were their helpers. And who helped them? The Africans captured the so-called Israelites and sold us to the white people. Alright? This is not the history they're teaching us in their schools. They're saying that we are African. And we are not African, okay? We are Hebrews. We are Hebrew Israelites. We are God's chosen. Right? So this is what they're telling us. Yeah? And it says here, yet was she carried away. Where was she carried away? She was carried away in slavery. When it says she, it's talking about the Israelites. Jeremiah 62 says, Israel is like a comely and delicate woman. We are God's women, you understand? And we were stolen, we was raped. Right there, boss? See, you're a good
I'm Irish, man.
Are you Irish? No, I know where Irish come from. Irate, angry man. Hibernia, you know the Hebrews. You know back in the day it said no blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
Yeah, of course.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Right, because they know
I
that.
wasn't even in there, but I know about it.
Right, because they know that the Irish come from the Hebrews.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Well, that's why they don't like you like they don't like us.
Listen, see, colour, blood, don't mean fuck.
I know it doesn't, but what it means is nationality. It means
So,
everything. That's what it means, because God has chosen people.
and you know, what made England what it is, rich and whatever,
Slavery.
pure baddies.
Slavery.
Pure bad.
It's built off of slavery.
You know what, even the Irishman was that.
Yeah, even you had the potato famine,
Who
innit?
built the pyramids?
Hebrews, us, we built it. Same way we built this society off of free labour, 400 to 500 years, slave labour. That's why they're taking down the slave statues in the middle of London. You understand?
Fucking desecrated.
Well, don't worry, they're going to go into slavery. That's why coronavirus is here.
What comes around goes around.
Exactly.
With the lion awaits.
Right, that's it. You got it there, son. That's a universal. Yeah, you got it bottom down, son. You take care. Right, and it says. Right, and it says, yet was she carried away. She went into captivity. Her young children were also dashed to pieces. What is that talking about? Alligator bait. Okay? When they had us in hardcore slavery, yeah, they used the so-called Negro baby as alligator bait. Yeah? They use a Negro baby as alligator bait. Right? This is what he's talking about. It's all documented in the Bible, yeah? Alligator bait. Can you see it? A baby there crawling away from the alligator. That was a stamp. They used to send this. This is when they used to really show their racism. See that bar of soap in the middle? These were advertisements, yeah? This is what they done, yeah? Now they're taking this down and they've gone a bit underground. But what you got to realise is they still hate us, yeah? They still hate us, yeah? They got a term called racial tolerance. That means because you're around us, we're going to tolerate you, yeah? This is what they say, racial tolerance. They come up with these words, yeah? Racial tolerance. Yeah? Because we've got to tolerate you because you're around us. Right? But like I said, the Lord is beginning to reveal himself against these devils. And it says here, your young children were dashed to pieces at the top of the streets. Right? Alligator bait, we just showed you. The young children, they sold to different plantations. They took them away from the mother and the father, from the father and the mother, and they sold them, right? And this is what's coming to the so-called Europeans. They don't realize there's a thing called karma. It's a universal principle. What goes around comes around, right? So they're going to go into slavery now, yeah? And it says, and they cast lots for her, honourable men. What's that in? And it says, they cast lots for the honourable men. Let's go to Joel. It's the 3rd chapter. Yeah, it says here. Right, this is Joel 3:3, and it says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink. Now this happened in slavery, yeah? They were selling lots. Have I got it here? When they were selling our people, yes, they was casting lots. This is what he's talking about, yeah? They cast lots, can you see? Selling the black woman and her baby and a young woman. They were casting lots. Yeah? So that's what he's telling us. Yeah? And it says, that they cast lots. Casting a lot is selling. They cast lots and have given a boy for an harlot. That means they were using little black boys as prostitutes, and they were having sex with little young boys. You know what they do today? Boy lovers. You know what Leonidas said in the 300? We are not boy lovers. That's what Leonidas, because Leonidas, if you realise that the Spartans, they were brethren to the so-called Jews. The 300 were what you call Israelites, okay? That's why 300 men took on thousands of men. Same thing what God in the Bible does. He uses a small number to conquer a great number, yeah? And it says, for they have cast lots for my people, the Israelites, and have given a boy for an harlot. They sold our children into slavery as boy prostitutes, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. How did the Africans? The Africans went into the interior of Africa and they took up the Hebrews and sold them to the Europeans. So we are not Africans, okay? The Africans helped put us in slavery. These are the things when they don't teach our people, yeah? Our people are docile, walking around with their heads in their asses, not knowing who they are. They call themselves black people, West Indians, Negroes. When you're the children of Israel, you're God's chosen, yeah? But only the elect is going to get this. This is not for everybody. Everybody's not going to get it on this go around. We're out here preaching the gospel, the good news, to the blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians. We are God's chosen. That's why he's destroying the European society now. We're coming to the end of the Greco-Roman Empire. Yeah? And it says, Ye, what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? That means a payback. God is asking the Europeans, are you going to pay him back for taking us in slavery? Because he's already giving you, he's already revisiting you guys by bringing earthquakes, messing up your society, bringing coronavirus, bringing all these things upon you. The Lord is saying this. Are you going to render him a recompense? And what did he say? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. That means when he sends his son back, you're going into slavery. That's what he's saying. An eye for an eye. Galatians 6 and 7 says, be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. You reap what you sow. Okay? So if you sow slavery, you get slavery back. That's what he's saying here. If you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head, right? Because you have taken my silver and my gold. When did they do that? When they ran up in the temple. When the Romans ran up in the temple of God in Jerusalem, and they stole all the menorah, they stole the trumpets, they stole all the gold and silver, what was in the temple. Yeah? And it says, and have carried away the temple, all your temples, and my goodly pleasant things. So that's how we used to show reverence to our King, our God, by blowing trumpets, gold trumpets, by having feast days, yeah, by reverencing the God of the Hebrews, yeah, the God of the Israelites. But being in slavery, we couldn't do that no more. What they've done is they've taken us away from our God, but he's returning us back now. We know who we are. We are the Israelites, and we know who our enemy is, the Europeans. Okay? Because brothers don't burn brothers. Brothers don't enslave brothers. Even though they are a brother, Esau, yes, they are a big brother, a big wicked brother. And we've got some Persians here, really old Persians, that are walking past. Elamites, yeah? They're just the extras in this movie. Just like they sold us into slavery. All right, Nick? How you doing? What's your name? What's your name? You're preaching the Bible. You believe in the Bible? No. What country are you from?
Italy.
Oh, Italy. So you're the actual Romans. You're the people that put Christ on the cross.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? You got the worst judgment coming when Jesus Christ comes back. He hates you guys. You put the Spirit aside. You Romans. And you've got the biggest child molesting thing down in the Vatican as well. That has nothing to do with godly stuff. That's all child molestation. Father Dagon and them guys. Yeah, they like child molestation. They love child molestation. They do, innit? So how can they be men of the cloth? They can't be, can they? Right? Yeah. Like she said, I don't believe in God. These Europeans, that's why the Lord said he's lifting their skirt up now. Because he's showing you, get still. They depict Jesus Christ as a white guy, but everyone I've asked, they don't believe. Do you believe in God, my dear? No. See? Where's your father from? See? A cracker. A brown-skinned cracker. Beautiful one at that. She's beautiful, but she's a cracker. She's a devil. Yeah? Maybe I'll put him in my harem when I'm ready. But her father's Italian. She don't believe in God. The Italians don't believe in God. Another one, another devil. Yeah? And it says here, right, and it says, the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem. That's the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We were sold by these Italians, by these Europeans. They built a society of 300 to 400 years of free labor. So right now, the society is being destroyed. Enjoy it while you can. That's what I say. Go to your little Indian restaurants and eat up all the food you can eat now. Right? Because famine's coming to this place, yeah? Famine, the lights is going to go out in this place. Because God of the Bible is beginning to visit the world which he made, yeah? And you red devils are not, you've got a recompense, a payback coming. Yeah? An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And it says, the children also of Judah and of the children of Jerusalem you have sold to the Grecians. Who are the Grecians? Yeah? Alexander the freak. Yeah? They said when the freaks come into power, the Greeks, that society, the world society was built off of the Grecian Empire. No, that's when the devil come into power, when the Greeks started to rule. Yeah? And it says that he might remove them from their border. And when the Greeks attacked us in Jerusalem, we ran up into Masada. That's where we had to eat our own children. We had to eat everything. They was eating leather, they was eating leaves off of the trees. Because we was compassed by the Romans, our number one enemy. Psalms 83 tells us who our enemies are. And our number one enemy is the so-called white man, who are the Greco-Romans. Yeah? Our big brother Esau. Yeah? And it says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you sold them. So that's why we come out in the streets now and preach the gospel, the good news. We are being raised up, yeah? Because this society, when one society goes down, another society comes up. Because when the Greeks, when the Babylonian Empire went down, the Medo-Persian Empire came up. Hello, sister. You know smoking is bad for you. You know you're one of the children of God. No, no, destroying my temple. Come here a sec, one sec. Come here, one sec. People will suck smoke in her face. And when she gets cancer, she's going to go crying, I got cancer. Because they're not listening to what God said. Our people have become foolish. That's what God says. We're walking, they're zombies. The white man's done a good number on them. The Willie Lynch. Right? Our people suffer from... Oh, you? Oh, you haven't? But you've benefited of what your society has done, your people have done. Yeah, see what I mean? See? That's where it works, you see? That's where it balances. You've done nothing, but you have. Right? And it says... where were we? Right, and it says, Jerusalem you have sold to the Grecians. Who are the Grecians? The white people. We were sold to white people. This is what the Bible is saying. And all our people that are joined to them, right, I'm sorry when Christ comes back, because they have given up on their people. Right, the Bible says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So our people have decided to join with the enemy. Yeah? But that's to their own detriment, yeah? And it says here, the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem you have sold to the Grecians, that ye might remove them from their border. Behold, I will raise out of them a place whither they have sold them, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. So what's that saying? They're going into slavery. When the one you call Jesus Christ comes back, he's not playing with these Edomites, these crackers, yeah? What he's going to do, he's going to take them down, yeah? He's gave them 3 cracks. He's gave them 3 cracks at it, yeah? They're the only people, the Edomites, the Caucasians, the Europeans, have had 3 kingdoms, 3 cracks at it to try and get it right. And they got a sport called baseball. 3 cracks, 3 strikes and you're out. So he's out now. We're coming to the end of his wicked reign. So it says, and I will sell your sons into the hands of Judah. So we're going to come now. This is what he's talking about. Where they sold us. Now when Jesus Christ comes, we're going to sell them. Their children are going to be sold. Yeah? This is what it's eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And it says, and your daughters, I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of Judah, and I will sell them to the hands of the Sabians and to the people far off, for the Lord hath spoken. So this is eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. We were sold all around the world. So when they called Jesus, and by the way, like I keep saying, This is never Jesus Christ. White people have gave us this white Jesus for white supremacy. So we would worship them. In their kingdom, I don't blame them, because when we come back into power, we're going to put them into slavery the same way they've done with us. It's only right. You know what I mean? But now their society's falling apart. And it's all the good news. That's the gospel. The gospel is the good news, is that all this is going to come to an end. The screeching, ugly, blood-curdling end. Yeah? There's going to be blood in the streets. It tells you it's going to come up to the horse's bridle. Cannibalism's coming back in a big way. Yeah? Slavery after all that. World War III. Anarchy. This is all coming. Why? Because of God. You took God's pleasant, comely things. You stole it. Yeah? And it says, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of Judah, and they shall sell them, to the Sabians. So what? Right, so what's going to happen is, the white people are going to be given to us, and we are going to sell them to the Africans, the so-called Africans. The same way the Africans went into the interior of Africa, and they gathered us and they sold us to white people for musket guns and wine. That's what happened. History, when the white people tell you about history, they tell their story. That's what they call it, his story. Their story. But there's another story now. Coronavirus is here. Famines is coming here. Lack of food is coming here. It's all because of their deeds, their dirty deeds. Yeah? And they know it as well. You can see the sadness on their faces now. That they know their society is falling apart. Right? And it says, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off. What happened to us when they took us in slavery? They sold us far off. That's why we're in the four corners of the earth. That's why Isaiah 11:11 says that he's going to gather us from all nations, yeah, from where he sold us. Yeah, this is biblical prophecy. This is how we know the Bible is true, because the Bible said in the last days that all this was going to happen. Yeah, that the white people's society is going to fall. They call them white people. There's nothing white about them. White means pure, clean, and holy. They're red, and they're the devil. Yeah? He said all this was going to happen. So God said we're going to sell them. We're going to sell them the same way they sold us. An eye for an eye. A tooth for a tooth. That's what we're going to do to them. We're going to sell them. Yeah? And it says, to the people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. Right? So God spoke this. Don't take, I'm just the messenger. Don't get angry with me. I'm here giving the message. Right? And you're going to go into slavery when your society falls apart. This is the message. Yeah? Don't take it, don't come and give me any problems. I'm just giving you the message. I'm giving you the inside scoop. Yeah? And when Jesus Christ comes, a black man, he's going to put you in slavery, and you're going to do 1,000 years of hard labor. He gave us 400 to 500 years, right? The Bible talks about double. You're going to get double slavery, what he gave us. So enjoy your kingdom now while it's falling apart. Enjoy the remnants of it, because we're coming to the end of the Greco-Roman Empire. And it says, proclaim this among the Gentiles. So this is what God is proclaiming among you so-called Caucasians and you other nations. Not just you white people that are into slavery, all you other nations. Japanese, Chinese, East Indians, Africans, Ishmaelites, Arabs, you're all going into slavery when Christ comes back. So this is what he says. Proclaim ye among the Gentiles, prepare war. So what is God doing? He's bringing you into war. That's why you're getting the South China Sea, Afghanistan, Israel against Palestine, India against China, and so forth and so on. Prepare war. And it says here, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. So we're going into World War III. Alright? This is what God's saying. He's bringing them, he's making them fight each other. Why? Because he needs his pay up now. He needs to be recompensed. Right? Swiftly and speedily will he turn your recompense upon your own heads. So, when you had your society, you built your society off of free labor, slave labor, yeah? Now God is saying he has to pay you back. You're being paid back now, okay? You don't put people into slavery for 400 to 500 years. Build your society and think you get away with it. It doesn't work like that. You got to pay back, like double now. There's a law in the Bible. If you steal something from something, you have to pay them back. That's one of the laws of God. You stole us off the west coast of Africa, yeah? And now you have to pay back. And that's what it's talking about. There's a payback. And it says, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hook into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. North Korea is saying, I'm strong now. That's why Trump had to go and sit at the table with the North Koreans before they would have bombed them like they bombed Iraq, because Iraq never had nuclear weapons. This is what this man does. He bombs people that are weak, that doesn't have nuclear weapons, that doesn't have intercontinental ballistic missiles. Because this man is a coward, really is a coward, right? He bombs people from a distance. He's got a sniper rifle where he can shoot you from 1,000 meters. This is cowardice. A man is supposed to fight mano to mano with a sword, so intimate, so you can see, look into his eyes when you kill him, right? What did he do? He made a projectile, the Gatling gun, where he can shoot you from a distance, okay? Cowardice. The 4 feathers, yeah? A coward. And it says here, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathens. Gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause your mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathens be awakened. Come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Where's that? The Middle East. They're not going to leave the Middle East only in body bags. The one he called God, that's where the Israelis are, down in the Middle East. And they control America, so they're going to cause the American army to go down into the Middle East to fight. Yeah? And that's where they're going to, their bodies are going to pile up down there. And it says,